Is patience important in life? One of the many benefits of being patient is that it helps us make better decisions. Patience is the pause that helps us get our thoughts back in order and our feelings under control. And it helps us realize that success comes to those who keep trying. Another benefit to being patient is that it helps us preserve our relationships, especially with those we care about most. Patience is a huge factor in success because great things take time. When I first started making music, I realized that I would get better with time. I knew that it was going to take so many skills that I needed to learn along the way, and with practice, I would improve. The first 3 years on my music journey, I didn't see much growth, but if it wasn't for those years, I wouldn't be where I am today. And that's basically what I'm doing right now with my YouTube channel. I'm in a spot where I'm not really seeing the numbers I want, I'm not getting the subscribers I want, I'm not getting the views I want, so on and so forth. The analytics are not there, but I'm learning the skills that it takes to build a business. I'm learning the skills that it takes to build a brand, to build an artist project. You know, this is what it takes to do this. It takes creating without expectations. It takes creating for the sake of creating because you love to create, because you love to share ideas, because you love to get these things out of your head and to make them a reality. Like, I love writing a script for a video, recording the video, editing the video, and posting the video. Like, it's just a beautiful example of taking ideas and making them a reality, like making them a tangible thing, sharing them with other people, and hopefully they help people. Like, that's the goal with my channel. That's the goal with my music, to inspire others, to motivate others, to help others. Like, that's the goal. And ultimately, I know the only way I'm really ever going to make it in this is if I stay consistent with that, is if I have patience. Being patient helps us focus on our long-term goals. Being patient helps us make rational choices. Being patient helps us build our reputation for persistence. It helps us develop a skill set. It makes you a people magnet. People always respect those who are patient. It improves your mental health. It improves your physical health. It's a great way to practice kindness, which just makes you feel good. It can bring you peace. It's a way to practice faith. Patience is not simply the ability to wait. It's how we behave while we're waiting. Patience is when you're supposed to be mad, but you choose to understand instead. Patience is a hard road to follow, but it's one that's worth it. It's a good way to practice faith, and it can bring you peace. Patience really helps us develop a positive attitude. If things are not going the way we want, instead of getting frustrated, we can choose to be patient. You need to see things and situations in a positive light to make your life happier. Whether you're trying to be patient with yourself, others, or life, it seems to always involve the experience of dealing with delays or obstacles. By cultivating a practice of patience, you're able to let go of things that you can't control and live with less stress, anxiety, and frustration. What we're ultimately talking about here is our own thoughts and emotions. As a spiritual being, there's an unbounded and limitless presence within you that is constantly seeking expression. A few good questions to ask yourself every day. What does it mean to be patient with myself? What benefits would I experience by being patient with myself? What can I do to become more patient with myself? Pay attention to what frustrates you. Notice when you feel stressed. Listen to your thoughts. Take note of your emotions. When others let you down, be patient with them. Gently express love and stillness at all times. Remember, we are all growing and that life is a process. What disturbs you now about that person might change. In the next moment, you might laugh with them, enjoy your time with them. Regardless of what other people do or think, you make the decision of how to react. Whether or not that person makes you happy, whether or not they frustrate you and upset you, it's ultimately up to you. When creating these videos, I have to exercise so much patience because whenever I first start, the ideas just don't come out. I have to record a lot of content. I have to talk for a while before I really get to what matters, before I really start to share the points that I originally wanted to get to, before the idea for the video popped into my head. It's like there's this gap between when I create the idea or when I have the idea to when I actually record it. Huge gap there. And so it's very frustrating for me whenever I sit down and I start recording the content and the ideas just aren't coming out and I'm not creating the thing that I envisioned. But when I sit down and I start creating and I just start talking and I start getting the idea out, when I start reading the script and I repeat it over and over, and I go through my steps, when I go through my practice, I get to it. The ideas start to come out. I start to paint a picture of what I'm trying to express, of what I'm trying to do. And all this is done through patience, having patience with myself. And it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to get upset. But right there in those moments, when you feel upset, when you feel frustrated, what do? How do you react? It's where I breathe deeply and continue to tell myself, I can do this. I got this. It's okay. It's going to happen. The ideas are going to come out. You're going to get them. But it's this process every time that I have to go through. It's this resistance. It's this wall. It's this roadblock I have to overcome to get to the meat, to get to the ideas, to get to the message that I'm trying to share, to get to the video, to get to the core concept that I've envisioned, that hit me, that I'm really trying to get across to you. Practice patience, deal with your frustration, deal with the anger, deal with being upset. It's okay, but the best way to deal with it is just to go through it. You check in with yourself, you ask yourself the right questions, and over time, you will improve.